Hello there, Harman. Let's have a look at your work. Sustainable technologies are increasingly adopted to generate power in distinct countries. Great start. In particular, the industrialized nations. Okay, so Harman, there's nothing wrong with using American spellings. Just make sure you use them throughout the entire essay, both for task 1, task 2. Or you use just British spellings and you use just those through, but don't mix them like you've done here. Some environmentalists believe that this transition is a step forward as it saves money and protects the environment. Yet, good use of the conjunction, others are of an opinion, of the opinion that, because it's a specific one, and it's not like one of many, others are of an opinion, the sounds better. Side note, we say the when when it's followed, the next sound is a vowel, or we say the if it's a consonant. That's just an improvement rather than a correction with the pronunciation. That energy demand cannot be fulfilled by renewable sources. Okay, however, I'm strongly... Okay, so the problem here is we've kind of got this view or that view, and then we've got another. So I wouldn't read... So, however, we could use if we had like a solid opinion in the first sentence that was one-sided, and then we say however, but we've got A, then B, and now we've got however C. So I would have just deleted this and gone with I'm strongly in favor of green. I hate doing this. correcting correcting it to American, but yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter which you use, just use one. Don't mix them. I'm strongly in favor of green energy as clean environments, because we don't have an article here. Let's see what as a clean environment should be a top priority. Yeah, we can either make it singular or we make it plural and put an S there. We make it singular with the article or we make it plural. Let's see. Yeah. However, as clean environments should be, I think clean environment should be a top priority, probably better. This essay will analyse American spelling, both viewpoints, using examples of Tesla and a report from the United Nations. Great. There is ample evidence that renewable energy sources such as wind, water and solar is the usual version here. But sun, water, wind, water and sun is okay. But when we think of renewable energy and the sun, we often think of solar, and it gives you an opportunity to use a slightly more specific term. Have minimal threat to the environment and are cost effective. That being said, great. Carbon emission from fossil fuels contributes largely to pollution and contamination, where natural sources help in reducing the degradation of the environment, because there's only one environment. I think we should have whereas natural sources. Yeah. Otherwise, it's difficult to follow. Whereas natural sources help in reducing the degradation of the environment. Moreover, green energy technologies are a lot cheaper as compared to the skyrocketing prices of fossil fuels. A lot is kind of basic, considerably cheaper compared to sounds a little bit easier. Moreover, green energy technologies are often considerably cheaper compared to the skyrocketing prices of fossil fuels. Again, I hedged this, because I hedged it because, well, it's very easy actually in this sense. Green energy technologies, solar panels are cheaper than a bag of coal. A wind turbine is cheaper than cutting a branch off a tree or cutting down a tree. It's not. So, we have to put this in perspective. So this is why hedging would have just helped you a little bit and got you out of this, because you could easily say, installing solar panels, you've got energy for 20 years, whereas if you buy wood or coal, the cost is more expensive. But we didn't really specify, so this is why hedging again is a strong way to just protect yourself. We could have even said fossil fuels, especially over the long run, as I just said with a 20 years example. For example, Tesla electronic cars consume electric power from batteries that are charged in a lot less, no, petrol anyway. For example, Tesla electronic cars consume electric power from batteries that are charged for a lot less money, or that cost a lot less money than filling up a tank with petrol or diesel. Therefore, it is convincingly clear that renewable sources of energy are inexpensive and emit less carbon into the surroundings. Not too bad, but I would definitely rework this sentence using the suggestions I gave you. And you want to master these kinds of sentences, or in this case, probably better mastering, a cost comparison. Although clean energy technologies are benefiting the environment and society, its implementation, cost, production, and delivery, great sentence there, are concerning attributes, especially in weaker nations. Great, or developing nations maybe. Adding to this, numerous underprivileged countries lack funds, great, resources and technology. Again, mixing British with American spellings. Technologies to utilize natural energy sources. For example, a report from the UN demonstrates that it is much easier for industrialized countries to experiment and implement new technologies in creating tons of power. Now, again, considerable, significant. Tons is a little bit more closer to spoken English. There were tons of people at the football match, for example, in creating extreme amounts of power required by their citizens, which would be difficult for poorer nations. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that evolving technologies to create green energy are not suitable options for all countries. Beautiful. Negative construction here. Perhaps we could use a negative verb instead, just to make the essay a little bit concise. Are unsuitable options for all countries. To conclude, I believe if organizations all around the world help weaker nations, sustainable technologies can be used in every corner for the betterment of the environment and community. Okay, great work there, HARMAN. I hope you have been updating your error list. The next time you write an essay, remember, use of articles. You've got two options here. You either one, you put environment into your error list, or two, you start studying articles, the use of articles, when to use plural, when to use zero, article, definite, indefinite, all of that. And in some cases, as I mentioned, you can sometimes change it to the plural, and then the problem disappears. Overall, the island was rather sparse Okay, so let's get some reference here. Actually, it's fine. There is no date on the map, so we can let that go. Or we could even say the island started off rather sparse, maybe. Anyway, the island was rather sparse. I think started off would be a little bit more appropriate here. This sounds more like descriptive or like a novel, was rather sparse. The people there were unfriendly or whatever. Overall, the island started off rather sparse with few trees and a beach before the development, which was changed significantly. And then it changed to, and then before the work, and then with the development, it changed significantly as accommodations were built on it afterwards. What else was built on there? As accommodation, infrastructure, and maybe roads. Yeah. and vehicle tracks. Yeah. It can be clearly seen that numerous houses were constructed on the left side of an island. An island would be like a singular island, but a singular island in general. There was, let's see, but this is a specific island. We've got the map, so it's definite. Okay, left side of the island near the beach. More houses can be seen built, and more houses were built in this. Okay, in a circular pattern to the right of an island, of the island. 3 other large buildings were also made for a mall. Okay, so an American term here, if we're going with British English, you could be saying, how do we know it was a mall? Okay, it does say there. Okay, fair enough. Okay, for a mall, cafe and hospital, almost in the center of the island. Okay, 3 other buildings were also made. These include, were also made, a mall, cafe and hospital. These are situated in the center of the island. So we can either use the present tense for these ones, because it's assuming this is nowadays, is after, and then we can just use the past for this one. Just to get it clear. It's just easier to read there as well, because if we do both in the past, it might not be so clear the changes that were made. 3 other large buildings were also made. There is a mall, a cafe and a hospital. These are situated almost in the center of the island. Full stop. They are connected via roads that further linked to the houses. Okay, these houses are linked to each other through footpaths. It is noticed that there are only 3 trees left on the developed island. Great. A small lake was developed on the extreme right extreme right of the center near to the houses. A new pier was also built in the lower central part of the island near to this there are several boats. Okay, we could say there are several boats, or we say there are several boats moored. Parked is just for cars and vehicles. Boats are moored, they're not parked. The beach remained exactly the same as before. Okay, so the same, yeah. There we go. Make a note of all the mistakes. Make a note of also the parts that you did right. I would strongly review your prepositions, especially your situational prepositions and the phrases. To the right of, center left. We could even use, I believe, no, we couldn't. We can't use north, northwest, east, southwest, all of that. We can't use that, unfortunately. But it's also worth reviewing in case you get another map. So great work there, HARMAN. Keep on improving, and good luck with your IELTS preparation. So again, implement all the corrections. Send me back your corrected essay. Send me your updated error list. And you've got 2 options. You can either carry on with us and getting more corrections. We've got a special offer for you. Or you can even look at our automatic essay correction course, essay corrector there. I'll just put your essay through just out of curiosity. So this is the premium, Okay, so look, we can see 6.5 here. 5.5 lexical resource. Doesn't point out the areas that I did, but it does give you some suggestions. Okay. Okay, then let's see. And this is the free check. Let's see what the premium checker does. I think, okay, 5.5. I think that's a bit harsh, but it is measuring more data points when we do the premium check. And yeah, it should have picked up on favor, or did I change it? Did I put, okay, I already changed that for you, so it didn't pick up that. Okay, so you can maybe just pause the video and have a look there. I think I would have put your essay at a band 6, so there's still some work to do. So it does figure out some of the spellings. Okay then, have a super day and carry on improving.